Turkey Maniac Television is brought to you by Anderson RC, Carolina Firearm Coatings, E-Step Livestock Supply, P-Ram Sewer Landscaping, Joe's Taxidermy, and Pro Staff with Dead End Game Calls and Mossy Oak Camo.
Hello everyone, Chris Roseborough here, your host for Turkey Maniac Television. Man, we have an exciting episode for you guys today. Today, we're going after a buck that I call... Hey, watch yourself. You don't want to do no kung fu, do you? That's right, kung fu grip. Well, why do I call this buck kung fu grip? Well, simply put, for those of you that's old enough, do you remember the old G.I. Joe action figures that had the kung fu grip hands? That way they could hold the little toy weapons. Well, this buck's antler configuration is similar to those Kung Fu grip hands. Henceforth, he has the name Kung Fu grip. Also, we're going to take out a coyote on this hunt. Why? Well, for those of you, and I'm sure if you're an avid outdoorsman, you know coyotes are ferocious eaters. And they say for every coyote you take out, you potentially save 2 bucks, up to 3 or 4 does, up to 5 turkeys, or a whole covey of quail, especially when coyotes are hunting in packs and they're hungry. So we have to do our part for wildlife management and take out these coyotes when we get the opportunity. And we're also going to harvest the doe on this hunt, because simply put, if you're an avid deer hunter, you can't be all about shooting racks all the time and horns. Plus, I don't know of anybody per se that likes to eat deer horns. But you got to manage the doe herd, or else the does will become overpopulated and hurt the whole growth of your herd and the growth of the bucks that you have. So we're going to go take out a doe for herd management. We're going to go take out a coyote for overall wildlife management. But more importantly, we're going to go after Kung Fu grip. So with no further ado, let's go do us some Kung Fu and see if we can harvest Kung Fu grip. I'm Chris Roseborough, your host, Turkey Maniac TV. Let's go. We're going hunting.
To start off, I'm going to harvest the doe with my muzzle loader. This doe was close, but I let her move on to ensure no bucks were following. I let out a couple grunts. Good shot. Got a nice doe. Had to put some meat on the table. We can go ahead and go ahead and climb down and go get her. I gotta drag that deer up a pretty big hill, so got my work cut out for me. Fun's over, work time. Well guys, I found it, good sized doe. As you can see, I made a pretty good shot. Just a smidgen further back than I wanted to, but still pretty close enough to get some shock and impact. on the lungs. I got this deer to the processor to have some hamburger made. It was a good hunt. On this hunt, I stalked a wounded coyote that was wounded by other cows when attacking a baby calf in the pasture. I made a good shot on this coyote. Well guys, you gotta take these predators out. Old word has it, for every coyote you kill, you save 2 bucks, maybe like 3 does, or a covey of quail, or 5 turkeys. I don't know how true that is, but I know that they do kill a lot of wildlife. So you kind of got to take these bad boys out. On my way in this morning, walked up on this one and was able to get a couple shots off and knock him down. And I got to my stand and still seen a few deer. So sometimes you got to do what you got to do to manage your property. Guys, I was determined to harvest Kung Fu Grip. Let me explain how I patterned this buck. I got trail cam pics of him from May, in which he was in a place called The Ridge. I got pics of him from August, in which he was in a place called Baps Trail. I got pics of him in August again in a place called Creekside Ridge. I got pics of him in November in a place called the Fire Line. From all these locations, I was able to determine Kung Fu Grip's travel range, which you see in red. But for today's hunt, I will be sitting on the ground in this bean field, expecting Kung Fu Grip to exit these hardwoods and cross in front of me at the bottom of the bean field, based on the farmer's information. To make all this work, I need a good north wind to blow my scent away from Kung Fu Grip's location. Well, I sprayed my clothing down with Dead End Game Calls SPE Earth Scent Elimination. Guys, as you can see, I'm making some last minute preparations here. This hunt is already mid-morning. It's going to be a little bit different. I'm about to go over here to a bean field, soybean field. The farmer, he told me a buck that I've been chasing called Kung Fu Grip has been running and chasing does in that field this morning. In the area that he's been in, there's really nowhere to set up as far as any trees to climb or anything like that. And I don't want to just pop a big ground blind up right in the middle of this field, because I know he's going to notice that. So today's strategy, I'm going to have to blend in with the beans as low to the ground as possible. So I'm taking my Caldwell's shooter's rest to prop my gun up. I'm putting on my Mossy Oak Breakup 3D leafy camo suit to kind of help break up my outline even more. I'm going to be using my 243 today. I got my little portable turkey chair because it sits low to the ground. So that's going to put me about eye level above the beans, and hopefully this buck will come out and not notice me. I'm going to try to go ahead and use my Dead End Game Calls traffic jam deer grunt tube. I'm going to use that to do some aggressive grunting to kind of let them know, hey, it's another buck in your territory. And we're going to see how this works out. Hopefully, if it all comes together, where I think the buck is coming out, the trail that I've been getting pictures of him using, I'll have about maybe 100-yard shot or less at this buck. So we're going to see how this pans out. So come along. We're about to have some fun. We're going after Kung Fu Grip. The bean field was quiet, so the wait was on. I love this setup that I'm in, and I'm all ready to go. Here's the deal. I got my Caldwell's field pod. I got my turkey hunting chair sitting low. You see all the soybeans in front of me, eye level with the soybeans, right out in front of me, just off camera. I got a mossy oak breakup turkey hunting blind helping to break up my outline. I got my mossy oak breakup 3D leafy pattern, so completely blended in. I got a good wind direction. The wind is blowing in my face, and which works out to my advantage because it's pushing my scent this way, and I'm expecting the buck to come out this big thicket on a trail that I've got trail cam pictures of him on down in front of me, about 100 yards, so that's perfect. Right now it's about 9:30. The farmer said when he was out here cutting soybeans yesterday, he saw the buck chasing some does. The buck didn't even pay much attention to the combiner about 300 yards away from him, so I hope that it all comes together this morning, that he comes back out. I call him Kung Fu Grip, and he is the king buck in this area. He runs it, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with about 30 minutes, let it settle down, and hit some aggressive grunts with my dead end game calls, traffic jam deer call, and let's see if that angers him a little bit and makes him come up out that thicket out in the field to see what buck is in his territory. The wind is blowing in my face back this way. I'm expecting the deer to come in front of me, so it's pushing my scent away from it. It's perfect. Perfect. You don't want to risk a deer like Kung Fu Grip detecting your scent and spooking off. Soon I put the traffic jam grunt tube by Dead End Game Calls to work with some aggressive grunts. Some clouds rolled in and some does stepped out on the far end of the field. They were investigating the grunt calls. Couple does came out. That's gonna be a live decoy, hopefully. Those are does I hope that he was chasing this morning, and maybe he'll come out trailing behind him. So, but I'm gonna continue calling about every 20 minutes. She was definitely curious. Another doe appeared on the side of the pasture that has a mix of green grass growing where the beans didn't grow that well. Those does are 200 yards away. They didn't come up the same trail that I'm expecting Kung Fu Grip to come out on. Suddenly, Kung Fu Grip appeared. Glad he didn't bust me. I was not paying attention, and he was looking my way for the source of the grunts. Kung Fu Grip was about 130 yards away. I took my time and I prepared for the shot. Oh my gosh, I just shot Kung Fu Grip. I know that was a solid hit. I heard that distinctive thump. When he ran out the field, his tail was down, and it looked like he was slightly stumped. Oh my gosh. Oh, I wish he would have fell on the spot, but
I'll take that any day of the week. Oh my gosh. Guys, I was just sitting here playing with my gun, and I looked up. You know, I was just messing with my gun and making sure the rest was right, and I looked up. There he was, about 150 yards away, looking dead up at this way toward me, looking for the source of that grunt. Tell you, this dead end traffic jam, unfreaking real. Oh my gosh. We're getting ready to go over here and see what we got. Guys, I hope this buck is down right on the edge of the field, because he ran out the field. But I heard it, pow, boom. I heard that thump, the distinctive thump to let you know you hit him. Oh my goodness. Whew, my heart is freaking pounding. Guys, I'm out here in the bean field. I'm not gonna go try to fully track Kung Fu Grip down just yet. I went out in the field where I made the shot and where he ran into the woods. I found a real good blood trail, thick red blood, so I know I made a good solid hit on him. I don't think he's probably 30, 40 yards off the edge of the field. The field goes right when you leave the field and you get into the woods, it just drops, just a steep ridge. So knowing my luck, he's probably at the bottom of that ridge, which is gonna be a heck of a pull to get him out, just judging by the size of him. But I'm gonna go get with David, get some help, and give him time to fully expire, and then we're gonna go try to track him down. So, man, exciting day. Let's get it done.
When I started tracking Kung Fu Grip, his blood trail just disappeared. I got worried, but I kept canvassing the area until I soon located him. He was at the bottom of a deep ridge. I was very excited to have located Kung Fu Grip. This is mountain hill country, and he was at the bottom of a steep ridge in a hardcore thicket.
Guys, that buck, he ran off in the bottom of a pretty steep ridge, and we're trying to get him out, but you see, it's super thick, so it's gonna take some work. We got our work cut out for us.
That is a big buck.
His glands were wet and smelly, so I knew this was a rutting buck. Dragging Kung Fu Grip up the steep ridge, well, that was a difficult task. My buddy David, well, he helped me get him out.
Guys, I'm happy with this buck here. It took a little bit of work. You seen I was in the wide open in that soybean field. Set up in the middle of the field because I seen a big buck chasing does out there the other day. It was kind of a long shot I had to make. The deer didn't have much of a reaction, as you saw from the video. When I made the shot, he just ran to the edge of the field, but then he went down in the woods, and I found a blood trail, and we ended up tracking him way down at the bottom of a steep ridge, and it took a lot of work. He's a big heavy fella, 9-pointer. He's got a few broken tines here where he probably been sparring, so I'd like to see the buck that he was fighting, but nonetheless, it was a great day in the woods using dead end game call products, and wearing my mossy oak breakup because there's still a little bit of green. As it starts to turn more fall and autumn, I'm gonna switch to my mossy oak country. That's just my personal preference, but anyway, God bless, guys, and we'll see you on the next hunt. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's show, and as you can see, the dead end game calls traffic jam buck grunt brought Kung Fu Grip right out into the field. The mossy oak camo, especially the 3D leafy suit, kept me heavily concealed right in the middle of that open field in those soybeans. Everything worked out to perfection, and we had a lot of fun. But we got more hunts that we're gonna be bringing to you, because this is only episode probably number 12 or 13 of about 150 upcoming episodes that we'll be bringing to you. So stay tuned. Check out the products from our sponsors and those that we pro staff with, because they represent us well and they represent you well, and the best products for you when you're in the great outdoors to enjoy yourself and make the most efficient time of your outdoor experience. But other than that, I'm Chris Roseborough, your host of Turkey Maniac Television. Be safe and have fun in the woods, and God bless, and we'll see you on the next episode.